Irene, and you are watching a new episode on the Sugaridoo channel. Today I'm doing a book review on this book about improv quilting. The book is called Quilt Improv by Lucie Summers with the subtitle Incredible Modern Quilts from Everyday Inspirations. I'm really a big fan of this book and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, the quilt on the cover. The book is filled with inspiration and guidelines to create your own improv quilt. So the book starts with a number of building blocks, and those are basic blocks, but Lucie explains the technique to improv quilt them. So she doesn't give a pattern, but she gives guidelines on how you can sew them. For example, circles. I was really afraid of sewing curves. I'm a straight line kind of quilter. But the explanation in the building blocks also includes some blocks with curves, like these portholes and these quarter circles, and it really makes it easy. You don't have to measure and be very precise because it's all improvisation quilting. So you just go with the flow, you draw something or you just cut something and you sew it, and she explains how you need to sew it so it doesn't get too messy. So that's one part of the book, the basic building blocks. And then further on in the book she gives inspiration for making quilts with those building blocks. And then indeed, as the subtitle says, from everyday inspirations. So she also shows where she found the inspiration for her quilts. So some pictures, some color schemes, and that she turns into quilts, which is really nice. So I took the book. Oh, do I need to say more? I'm really a fan of this. If you want to try your own improv quilt, really go get this book. So I started on an improvisation quilt, and I also started by sketching. Let me show you. This is the starting point for my improvisation quilt. I got some colors and started with the color scheme, and I started out with the color orange because with our Dutch Modern Quilt Guild we have a theme every month, and last month that was orange. So I went with orange and then added some blues and grays and also black. I never sew with black, but I thought I need to do something different. So that's where I started off, and I first went on Pinterest to find general shapes of arrows. And then I just sketched up some blocks to get some inspiration for how to make blocks out of arrows. And that's the whole idea I got for a quilt. I didn't do any pattern design or anything from here. I just took this and started cutting and sewing. I found this fabric in my stash, and I used this also as an inspiration for more arrow blocks. And I used it as a guideline to combine my oranges and added some green after seeing this fabric. So these are the orange fabrics that I'm using, a little bit orange towards yellow, and then I added some green fabrics as well, and black. I do have black in my stash, but I don't really use it so much. So yeah, I thought, let's get out of my comfort zone and put in some black fabrics. And then I made some blocks. Then I also did some wonky flying geese. I really like this, and I thought, well, here I still stayed here on straight lines, but I also did one with wonky lines. It was so easy to sew, and I really like the effect of this. well, you sometimes make something which you don't really like that much. That's this one. This was the last block I made. It's way bigger than the others, and yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to end up in the quilt. So I guess not all the blocks are going to make it into the quilt, but I'm really happy with the most of them. And the cool thing is that the whole pile of blocks I made in an afternoon. So it's such a quick way of sewing. You just have an idea, you think I'm going to make a curved arrow, okay, cut, sew, and then, oh yeah, it needs a pointy triangle shape to go with it, cut, sew, and then your block is done. So it doesn't take a lot of time at all, and you can really just go and create, and that really gives the good feeling. So my final thoughts on the book: I'm really in love with it, and not only the pictures and the ideas she gives, but the writing. It's really easy to read, and all the techniques are explained very well. It gives you so much inspiration and so much ideas to continue from here. Oh, and if you want to make a quilt, for example, like this, or some other quilts that she shows, for all the finished quilts on the pictures in the book, she gives guidelines to make your own version of it. So if you really like it and want to make an improv quilt, but also want to make something that she already made, that's totally fine. You can do it. You can use her templates and guidelines. Well, not templates, it's improvisation quilting after all, but she gives some measurements and guidelines so you can create your own version of her quilts. So thank you so much for watching, and I would love to know, by the way, if you ever did improvisation quilting and what did you make. Please put it down in the comments below so I can check it out. And if you have any other questions or ideas, suggestions for next videos, techniques you want me to try out, or well, anything, just put it down in the comments below or send me an email, and maybe I can include it in a next episode. For now, bye bye, and hope to see you next time.